Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of EDU 600. It is Saturday morning right now, March 29th at about 10 in the morning, and I don't know where everybody is, but here in Topsom, which for those that might not know where that is, it's along the coast right next to Brunswick. Snow has stopped, but there's probably 3 or 4 inches of beautiful white snow, depending upon how you look at it. And I'm not too crazy about it. I have to be perfectly honest. March is not my favorite month of the year in Maine. And, yesterday I was outside shooting some baskets and it was pretty warm. It was probably 55 and sunny, so with no snow on the ground. So this is a little bit of a setback, but we will get over it. I hope you're doing well and you don't have to travel today and tomorrow. Kind of looks pretty yucky outside. So let's get right to the materials. So week number 10, module number 10, as you know, we only have 14, so man, we're making great progress. And I want to just commend everybody for the great progress sticking with this course. It's not an easy course. There's a lot of materials involved, so stay with it. We're almost there. So week number 10 starts on March 31st, which is Monday. Specifics. What do you have to do? Well, I'd like you to read chapter 11. This is on group comparisons. Couple of things. You've already submitted the article capture 2 assignment. I will have those all graded with comments. It's only 2 points, but I'll have your comments back to you by tomorrow, which is March 30th. And then looking ahead, we have the we have the experimental research critique that is due on April 4th. So you still have plenty of time to get that done. Once you start plowing into it, if you have any questions, please let me know. The directions are pretty straightforward, very similar to the first critique, the qualitative critique that we did. So let's get right to it. Overview video that you're watching now, that will be posted as soon as I can get that done, either later on today or tomorrow. So really what we're looking at in week number 10 is this thing called non-experimental group comparisons. So as the title says, non-experimental group comparisons, really what you're looking at you're just looking at the differences between groups. Meaning, non-experimental group comparisons investigate differences that are inherent in the groups that are not due to the introduction or implementation of research-controlled treatments. So, what was done during the COVID days where you had 2 groups and you had a control group and you had a treatment group, you were inserting the treatment. So it is, with this, there's the researchers, they are really just investigating the differences between groups without inserting any kind of treatment. So I'm not sure, really, I haven't seen any students in our class that have this type of research as part of their 6 articles. But there may be 1 or 2 of articles out there that are non-experimental group comparisons. So you can breeze through this week. Just realize there's no treatment with this type. You're just comparing. It could be freshman 101 English class. You might be comparing the mean averages or characteristics between class A and class B. Simply put. Don't want to beat this to death. There's a great YouTube video that Jeff Beaudry has put together. There's also a voice thread. So chapter 11, overview of this type of research. There's an article, basically cyberbullying in school. Take a look at that. Here's the article, voice presentation. For those that don't remember, we've used this in the beginning. You open it up, you'll see a static screen. You have to hit the triangular or forward button. Chapter 11 summary, walkthrough, group comparisons. Now, the group 10, Okay, here's just let me go back. Sorry for hitting that button by mistake. Okay, we're back to it. The article capture 2 assignment has already been submitted. Thank you for everybody for doing that. Like I said, I will have my comments to you by the end of the day tomorrow, Monday at the absolute latest. Week 10, we have an optional. This is not mandatory. This is optional. Feel free to not do it. We have plenty on our plate, including time for you to finish up your experimental critique and then submitting that. So we have an optional group discussion, or excuse me, discussion forum. Article capture 2, you've already submitted, and then on April 4th, we have the experimental critique. So that's it for me. I'm not going to beat the materials to death here. I just wanted to present them. If you have any questions on the materials, any questions on the experimental critique coming up, please let me know. Pretty well detailed in here. We have, if you follow the materials, you use the headings, etc. Don't forget to mention and talk about the literature review. That was an area that I would like to see boosted up and made a little bit stronger from the qualitative critiques. And I will leave it at that. I hope you have a great weekend. Maybe you're outside right now cross-country skiing, who knows, but I think it's going to make my run outside today in the woods a little bit difficult. So let me know if you have questions. I'm here to help. And once again, thanks for sticking with the course and putting in all the effort so far. We're getting there. See you, everybody.